Good morning, student. Now today we have to start the chapter of ecology, and that is ecosystem. Ecosystem, ecos means house and logos means study. Means study of the habitat of an organism or the place where they live is known as ecosystem. The term ecosystem was given by Tencel, and if we define the term ecosystem, it means the place where the interaction between the biotic and abiotic components take place. You all know the biotic components are the living components, means the animal, plant, microbes. These all are come under biotic components. Whereas abiotic component consists of your atmosphere, temperature, pressure, rain, etc. So these are the abiotic components of ecosystem. So the place where the biotic component interacts with abiotic component, that place is known as ecosystem. And one thing more, we will talk some terms here. So one is population. So what is population? Population, if we define population, so group of interbreeding individual of same species residing in same geographical area, that is known as population. Now, so here one species population interact with other species population. That means one biotic component interact with other biotic component, and they also interact with abiotic component. So the interaction between biotic to biotic and biotic to abiotic component is known as ecosystem. Means the place where they interact is known as ecosystem. An ecosystem can be divided into two types. That is natural ecosystem and artificial ecosystem. Natural ecosystem is of two types, that is terrestrial ecosystem and aquatic ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem include grassland, forest, desert, whereas aquatic ecosystem consists of ponds, lakes, wetland, and marine land means ocean, etc. Ocean, estuaries, these comprises the marine ecosystem. Whereas if we talk about the artificial ecosystem or a man-made ecosystem, so crop field, your aquarium, park, your kitchen garden, these are the places that is man-made ecosystem. Here also many type of organism live and they interact with other organism along with the interaction with the nature. So this is the bifurcation of ecosystem, and the two main component of ecosystem are one is biotic component and other is abiotic component. So ecosystem comprises of two component, one is biotic component and other is abiotic component. So first we'll talk about the biotic component and what are the abiotic component, and then we'll deal with the component that provide stability to the ecosystem. Now children, we have talked about the two component of ecosystem. So the two component was explained by Udom, and these two components are biotic components and abiotic components. Now first we'll talk about the biotic component, and biotic component comprises of, can be divided into two types on the basis of their nutritional relationship. That is, one is autotroph and other is heterotrophs. And autotroph include plant, cyno, bacteria. Autotroph include plant, cyanobacteria or photosynthetic bacteria. Bacteria. So these are included in autotroph because they are able to produce their own food by using the raw material which is available in the environment. You all know that plant use carbon dioxide and water to prepare their food by the process of photosynthesis. Cyanobacteria also use the same thing. There are some chemoautotrophic bacteria is also there that may takes the chemicals etc. from the environment and are capable of producing their own food. So these are the primary producer of the earth or of any ecosystem because they are the only which are capable to produce food by using the raw material. So the importance of autotroph is that these are the primary helper of life because they provide food, they also provide shelter and oxygen, that is the important for life, to other organisms. So without them we cannot think of life on earth. Now the second component, that is heterotrophic. Heterotrophic, directly or indirectly they will depend on the autotroph. Maybe directly they may depend on autotroph or maybe they depend indirectly they depend on autotroph. For example, if we talk about herbivorous, so they directly depend on autotroph for their food. But if we talk about carnivorous, they indirectly depend on autotroph for their food. So these, you can say, the heterotroph consume ready-made food. They consume ready-made food, that is the food that is prepared by autotroph. So it is consumed by your heterotrophs. So these are capable of consuming the ready-made organic food or decompose the ready-made organic food, because in heterotrophic we also include decomposers. So as they does not have chlorophyll, so they does not capable of producing their own food. Now the heterotrophs are divided into two categories. They are of two types. One type is known as macro consumer. Macro consumer, these include the animal which eat or ingest the production directly. These are also called phagotrophs. Okay, so these macro consumer are further divided into, first is primary consumer. For example, they are mollusk etc. Then they are divided into secondary consumer. The example of secondary consumer is frog, a bird, fish etc. Then they are divided into tertiary consumer. Tertiary consumer means they include the secondary carnivores. They include the primary carnivores. This include the herbivores. This include the primary carnivores, and this include the secondary carnivores. Means, for example, wolf. Wolf come under the tertiary consumer. And the last one is quaternary consumer. Quaternary consumer, they are the fourth level and they are the topmost carnivores, for example lion, tiger, etc. So these come under the macro consumer. Now the second type is micro consumers. These are also called as decomposers. Decomposers, you all, or saprophyte you can call it. Saprophyte means the fungus, the bacteria that fed on dead organic matter and decomposed into its mineral. So they come under the micro consumer. So these are the biotic component of ecosystem. Now the second we'll talk about the abiotic components.